हेलो। ज्योति स्टेनो टाइपिंग कॉलेज में आप सभी का स्वागत है बच्चों। जो बच्चे इंग्लिश शॉर्ट हैंड सीखना चाहते हैं या टाइपिंग सीखना चाहते हैं सीजीएल की, सीएचएसएल की, किसी भी डिपार्टमेंट की, तो ये यूट्यूब चैनल और जो हमारी वेबसाइट है ये आपके लिए बहुत ही हेल्पफुल है, ज्योति स्टेनो टाइपिंग कॉलेज.com। ये जो क्लास है ये 100 WPM डिक्टेशन, इंग्लिश की जो 100 WPM डिक्टेशन का कोई किसी भी डिपार्टमेंट का टेस्ट हो उसके लिए इम्पॉर्टेंट डिक्टेशन है। ये इसमें स्पीड जो है 100+ रहेगी थोड़ी सी, लेकिन ये मान के चलिए एसएससी में या किसी भी डिपार्टमेंट में इस तरह का ही फ्लक्चुएशन, इस तरह से ही जैसे डिक्टेशन पढ़ी जाएगी। तो कोशिश ये कीजिएगा कि कंप्लीट लिखी जाए और जो है फिर इसको अच्छे से पढ़ के इसको टाइप भी कीजिएगा। टाइपिंग में जो पढ़ने में जो समय है जो शॉर्ट हैंड लिखते हो वो 8 मिनट ही ले या ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा 10 लें, उससे ज़्यादा ना लें। डिक्टेशन स्टार्ट आफ्टर 5 सेकेंड। Sir, I must express my thanks to the honorable member for raising an issue of great importance. However, I must say that in his anxiety to make the issue important, factually, unfortunately, he is not correct. Secondly, whereas I appreciate the spirit of the honorable member in also asking for details about it, he is certainly not right in imputing many of the charges both against the banks, the Reserve Bank and the government. I will have therefore to state a few facts, sir. It is a fact that industrial sickness is there, and the information about the number of units we have given, the amount that we have given is what we have stated in our previous reply. But he is not right that the amount involved is rupees 3000 crores. That I must state very frankly about the exact figure. I must say that all these figures and details are always collected by the Reserve Bank of India. The Reserve Bank of India also is collecting them through 20 nationalized banks and the financial institutions. Again, these units are spread all over the country. In the monetary system that we have, and I shall later on spell out what steps we have taken, we have been careful in various ways, but I would like firstly to correct some impression. He seems to be under the impression firstly that the figure is rupees 3000 crores and secondly that this amount is sunk. Both these premises are incorrect, sir. The position is this: every unit which is reported to be sick of, there is a marked difference between a return of debt and amounts of the bank to sick units which are logged. According to the present system of banking, the previous year's loss from the balance sheet is looked at, and then from the current year it is estimated whether it is a loss or not, and for 1 year it is estimated whether it is a loss or not, and for 1 year the future loss also we calculate. When these three things happen, we consider a unit to be sick. Now, it is not always that a unit which was sick yesterday is so bad, is so out of any viability that banks should stop advancing any money to it. In fact, there are units where there is a viability. There are circumstances beyond the control of the units themselves. Sir, I will quote from Eastern State. The largest number of sick units is in West Bengal. There, it is not because of the banks, not because of the management, but largely because of the labor problems, largely because of the attitude of the trade unions there, that the industries are sick and the money advanced by the banks is locked there. If my friend is in any way conscious of it, let him at least help us. We are making efforts, and what efforts we are making. I would like to tell you with full facts now, sir, this bill which has been brought to give effect to a recommendation of the Committee on Subordinate Legislation is welcome measure. Sir, the Committee on Subordinate Legislation has also recommended that every rule made by the government has not taken this opportunity to bring that out, that every rule made by the government in this respect is brought before Parliament for information and assent. As regards the labor welfare organization of which a mention was made, it has got very important functions. The functions are housing, education, health services, and water supply. These are the four major heads under which money is spent. But I am surprised to find on inquiry from the library that the latest report available of the organization is only for the last year. Therefore, there is a great laxity. Even the annual report, which is obligatory under the rules and the Act of the Coal Mines Labor Welfare Organization, has not been published right from the year 1977-78. I would like to know from the Minister the position about the annual report when the last report of this organization was published. Sir, as regards the organization, I have to make some submissions. It is a very important aspect of our industry that the coal workers' welfare has to be looked after. The first thing I am suggesting is that the cess has to be increased. The cess of 75 paise is not sufficient now when government companies are selling coal at such a high price. This rate is very poor. When this act was made, the idea was not that it should be for the total welfare. At that time, the idea was different. Their only idea was to provide something for the working class. There was no serious efforts. It was intended merely as a showpiece. If a serious effort is to be made, funds will have to be found for the working class. Sir, I find that committee was appointed to find out whether the objectives for which this coal mines labor welfare organization was set up are fulfilled. This report had been submitted in 1979, but up till now, it is not clear what recommendations had been made and what implementation has been done, nor has the report been placed on the table of the House. Sir, among the provisions, I want to stress of houses constructed after nationalization. Therefore, my submission is that it must be given top priority. I would like to know from the Minister what the program for the next year is for the construction of houses. The second thing I would like to say about is the hospital arrangements. As regards the hospitals, there are now 3 agencies. One is the local self-government department. ये लगभग 107 या 8 की स्पीड थी और जो है वेबसाइट पे इसको लगा दिया गया है। SSC 100 WPM डिक्टेशन के नाम का जैसे फोल्डर मिलेगा, उसमें यह मिल जाएगी आपको 21 के नाम से SSC 100 WPM डिक्टेशन नंबर 21, वहाँ जाकर के इसको टाइप कर दीजिए। इस क्लास के अंदर इतना ही बच्चों, नमस्कार बच्चों।